Alright, so we're going to go ahead and look at some application of how we would use series and sequences. So the first thing that we're looking at is we want to get a little table here. So let's get a piece of paper. Let's make a little table. So during the first second, I have 4.9. The second it's 14.7. The third second is 24.5, and the fourth second is 34.3. So at first glance, what is happening with these things here? So let's see if this is subtraction. So we'll do 34.3 minus 24.5. So this difference is 9.8. And we'll do 24.5 minus 14.7, and that's 9.8. Okay, so it is arithmetic, and so we want to find out during the 10th second how far will the object fall. So what we really need is a rule, so we don't have to keep going with that. So for the rule, remember I'm adding 9.8 each time. And I have to start with not the first term, because then when I plugged in the first term, the 1 for the n there, I wouldn't get this first guy here. So I do need the 0th term. Always have to find a 0th term. So I'm going to do 4.9 minus 9.8 and get negative 4.9. So negative 4.9 is my initial value, 0, our 0th term. And then this is where we start. And what we want to do is figure out the 10th term. So I'm going to plug in 10 into that spot there. So we'll do negative 4.9 plus 9.8 times 10, which gives us 93.1. So that is what's happening in the 10th second. So that is why this rule is helpful. And then what we want to do is consider the total distance that the object will fall after 10 seconds. So, or when after 10 seconds has happened. So what we want to do is we want to add up all of these 10 terms. So in other words, if I'm looking at my sigma notation, I'm talking about n going from 1 to 10, adding up all 10 of them. And so in terms of a formula, you would take all of the pairs. So since there's 10 terms, there must be 5 pairs. And then we multiply that by the first term plus the last term. And that's it. So we're going to go ahead and say our first term is what? 4.9 positive. And our last term is 93.1. Because remember, these two will add up to that amount. 2 and 9 will add up to the amount, etc. So I go ahead and multiply all of that. So I have 4.9 plus 93.1 and multiply that by 5. So we get 490 as our total. All right.